Sean Salisbury here for Open Sports. Let's have a look at 3 games for this Sunday and coming up here in just a couple hours on your NFL schedule. Tampa Bay and the Dallas Cowboys. And Dallas Cowboys are reeling, folks, and we're going to talk about Dallas every week while this is going on. America's team and all the nonsense that's been going on the field, off the field, coaches, play calling, quarterback, injuries, everything that's happening. Here's the deal. The Dallas Cowboys better come up with some big plays. They better come up with some big plays, and they better do it early in this game because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are one of those grind it out, just wear you out and constantly keep coming. It's like that gnat, and that leech just hangs on, and they just keep pounding on you defensively. And then they keep coming at you offensively. And Jeff Garcia is a competitive player. I think the Dallas Cowboys not only are reeling, I don't think they're that good, folks. I just don't. And I've said it, and I'll keep saying it until they show me something. And they could very easily lose against the Giants, go into the bye week, and be darn near out of the hunt in the NFC. This is a monumental game when it comes to football for the Cowboys. I don't want to hear this entitlement. It's Dallas, oh, no big deal. No. They should, and they'll tell you they're not panic bull. There is panic going on with the Dallas Cowboys. Look for Tampa to just play soft zone, mix in some zone blitz off the corner, try to get Brad Johnson. That's where the pressure. Brad doesn't move well, but Brad is smart, so you got to hit him in the mouth, and it's his former team. I like Tampa Bay in this game going on the road and winning. Arizona, Carolina. Carolina Panthers are a really interesting team. And Arizona, without question, in my mind, the best team in the NFC West. Without question. Defense gets better all the time. Their offense can score from anywhere. Their offense can score from Arizona, and they got to go to Carolina to play the game. Carolina's thing is, you look around and say, well, their defense is really good, but they're not. I mean, when you mention the best defense in the league, Carolina doesn't jump out at you, although they're playing like it. Their running game, when they rush for over 100 yards, they're 5-0 this year. So look for that. I mean, that's a key. If they rush for 130 yards, they probably win the football game. And they get Williams running the football, and they get Stewart running the football, and then they mix in that pass, and they got Steve Smith with the big play. But they're just a team a lot like Tampa. I mean, the NFC South's underrated. I mean, they probably more, I mean, not probably, they're more explosive than Tampa Bay. But this is a team, I mean, that just keeps grinding on you and keeps going, disciplined, doesn't beat themselves very often. And I like them at home against Arizona. They're playing really good football at home. But Arizona, you're going to look for them to try to disrupt pressure. Look for them to blitz on early downs, too, on the rundowns. I mean, it's not just pass blitz. Look for them to blitz on rundowns to try and get Stewart and D'Angelo Williams in the backfield and hit them before they can get going. Because if both guys get to 68, 75, 76 yards each, that's up around the 150 mark, and that's exactly what Carolina wants to do to you. I like Carolina at home, but I don't even care if Carolina has a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter. Arizona can still score, and Carolina's defense must pressure on the corner, and they're good at it, and not allow Kurt Warner also. It's one of those games like the Dallas game. You got to hit Kurt Warner in the mouth, and then Brad Johnson. But then Kurt Warner, obviously, numbers are better. They're more explosive. We've got more explosive offense right now under the current circumstances. But you got to hit guys like that love to stand in the pocket and don't move well. You got to hit them in the mouth early, and the defense is going to have to be the one that wins this because I know both offenses can move the football. And then another big game, Pittsburgh and the New York Giants. And I'm watching this because Steve Spagnuolo, in my opinion, is going to be the next defensive coordinator who's the head coach in this league for the Giants. Now, the pressure. You got to pray. You're going to see a ton of pressure from both these guys. If you like pressure defenses and people will hit you, this is a game you want to watch. And if you're a fantasy lover, and I've mentioned this to fantasy people and set their lineups, this is either going to be you're either going to get some really big plays in the game, or your fantasy numbers are going to be down. Both are physical. Both are going to try to pound it. Both are going to flag play action in there and try to come up with a big play. The double move go route with Burris. You're going to try to see the same thing with Ben Roethlisberger making the play action, trying to make big plays down the field. There will be some big plays in this football game. I like the Giants going on the road. They've proven to me over the last year and a half that they can go on the road and beat anybody, and that they're still as complete a team as there is in the league. They're not the most talented, but they are complete. It's going to be a great football game, and if you're faint of heart and you don't like physical contact, you might not want to watch this football game because they're going to get it on. There's your NFL look. Enjoy it, folks. We're near the midway point of the season, and we got one hell of a second half of the season coming up. And there's some teams that weren't supposed to be in a good position They're in a great position. And I've said before, and I've written it on a blog, the NFC is right now is a far better conference than the AFC overall. But they're both up for grabs. We'll see you next week, all throughout the week, talking NFL and college football.
So you think you can tackle a pro? There's only one way to find out. Click on fantasy at opensports.com.